Well, hey, everybody. Hey, I was talking, I was going back and forth with this guy on a Facebook forum that I'm on about sales, right? And he was complaining about prices. Like, I have this other company, they're selling the exact same thing, and their price is like $1,000 cheaper than mine, and I don't feel I can be competitive, and whatever else, right? And it kind of prompted just a response in my brain that I think is so important to share with everybody. And that is that, we don't buy things because of price. Like, we may want to tell ourselves that we make all these logical decisions, that we're so practical in everything we do, and price is the only thing that matters to us. But it's a lie. You don't buy most of the things in your life because they're the cheapest. And if you are, then you're not my customer anyways, and that's okay. I don't need to sell the cheapest stuff, right? And hopefully most salespeople feel the same way. But I'll give you a bunch of examples here. So your house, like, you usually, most people are not looking for the absolute cheapest structure that they can go live in, right? You bought the house that you liked. You bought the house that made you feel good. It made you feel proud when you walked in. Yes, it was within your budget, but it wasn't the cheapest house that existed, right? How about your car? Did you buy the absolute cheapest transportation to get you from point A to point B? Did you do that? Or did you go buy the car that made you feel safe? It made you feel like you had a reliable way to do the things that you wanted to do. You probably bought that car. How about the food you buy? Do you go buy the cheapest food? Like, do you only shop the expired food at the grocery store and you see what's on the clearance rack? Probably not. Like, you probably go buy the food that you like, the food that tastes good, the food that emotionally makes you feel a certain way. Okay? And there's this analogy that I do with all my teams, and it's, you're walking down the street, and there's two restaurants side by side. One restaurant is dead, like nobody's in it. They're staring out the windows. They're just waiting around for customers. There's nobody there. There's a busy street, busy time of day. The restaurant next door is packed. It has a line out the door. There's music playing. The outside looks great. Like, there's this great vibe going on. Which one do you want to go to? Do you want to go to the one that's dead and nobody's in and looks a little shaky? Or do you want to go to the one that everybody's at and it's pumping and it's got this amazing vibe to it? You probably want to go to the busier one. And that's why it's busy. It's because people want to go there, right? So the prices could be cheaper at the one that's next door. The hamburger could be cheaper. It may be the same hamburger that they sell at the busy restaurant. But one is packed full of customers and one isn't. And it's because the one that's packed gave an emotional reason for everybody to go to it. It feels good. We want to go to that one, right? So if you're a salesperson and you're talking to a customer and they're like, oh, price is all that matters, they probably haven't bought this kind of project before, and that's okay. It's the default answer. Again, it's like saying I'm going to buy the cheapest car when I first got my first car. Like, that's what was important to me. And I learned real quick that I didn't want to drive around the cheapest car all the time. But I had to learn that, right? And so help your customer understand that pricing in your business is a subtle, it's a way distant factor. There's so many other more important things than price that add value to what they do. And I'll just leave you with this. The old adage of it's better to pay a little bit more and cry once than pay less and cry twice is so practical. And it's so true in so many things that we do. I can give you a list of long things that I've bought where I've tried to get cheap and I've tried to save a little bit of money. And I'm like, I later realized I should have just paid more to do it right the first time as opposed to trying to get cheap to do it, the second time, right? And so anyways, whatever you're selling out there, just keep that in mind. Add value to your customers. Don't try and be a race to the bottom. The number one thing you sell is yourself. That's something you only have, no other company has. And if you're not bought in on what you deliver and the value that you believe in and the value that you give your customer every day, you have lost. So start there. It starts up here when you're in sales, making sure that you're in the right framework, the right headspace, you've got the right attitude to go provide exceptional value to your customers. I hope you guys crush it. Happy selling out there, and I'll catch you next time.